Hi everyone, welcome back to Big Wrench Tech. Today, well, 77 Corvette time. But on top of that, also the 82. So it's a 2-for-1 today, but there's a reason behind it. We did a simple oil change on this one. Got some ticking out of the way under that valve cover. Really loose rocker arm, which is not necessarily uncommon, but this car's been restored, I think. And there was some corner cuts, but no big deal. Yeah. No more ticking. Amazing. I just realized there's a carburetor leaking. But again, that's not what this video is about. This video is actually about this very anus, bridge to terabithia, Achilles heel, you name it, all 4-letter words, gauge cluster that has been a stick in my side forever. So, we're going to address that. And again, there's nothing against Corvettes. I kind of like Corvettes. But anywho, let's get on it. If you remember the one previous episode of this green one, I painted it a few months back. So while we were in the process of cutting and buffing, I was actually going to take this opportunity to rob Peter to pay Paul? Well, yeah. In other words, I pulled the panel out of this one to put in that one to see if the gauges actually worked. And they did. The temperature gauge has to have these insulators underneath of it, which I made because this one was lacking them. And in lieu of that, it did burn a section out of the grid in this little area here on that one, which I have right here. And you see it is burned out because it does some polarity back through here. I don't know. I didn't design it. When you buy a new gauge, it comes with these. These are not resistors, obviously. This is just a date code separator, whatever you want to call it. So, you do have to install these. Unless your older resistor still works. But these two were missing, so we had to replace them. And I'm going to show you more on this here in a second. Make sure you install these shiny side up. If you install them like this, it just won't work. And the reason being is if you look, see where that little triangle to triangle backside to backside bracket is? That's so you don't ground out your unit. And there's 2 of them. So they must be installed like that. You can see where the separation is in the housing, where those little insulators are. So, simply drop it in that, put some bolts on it, nuts in this case, tighten that down, and we're going to be ready for the fiber pad. For the life of me, I can't remember what this is called. Tron sheet? I don't know. So now that we confirmed everything between A and B, we are now able to put our, I found the name of it, it's actually called a printed circuit board, back together. So simply just lay it on that, put the screws in it. But like I said, the only thing that you gotta watch out for is those phenolic pieces. Make sure this gauge is not grounded to the base. Not grounded to the base. And that is going to be your temperature. As you see, I took the liberty by actually scribbling stuff on the back of this. So yes. And for the people that are wondering, why does this one look so much different than this one? Well, this one's a clock, as it's written there. This one is actually an oil temperature gauge. I think it's optional, or probably something to do with the anniversary collector's edition, whatchamahoosit, with that one. And if you do get a break, like in this, up there, as you see, don't panic. It's really simple. Just run your wire eye, exhibit A, with a piece of wire from there to, well, there would be another source there. So it's just a piece of wire from Exhibit A to Exhibit B. Ta-da! Every now and then you do have to get creative and do something like this. Or just pay the $33 or whatever it is and buy a new one online. There's always that option.
Are you gonna work, Your Highness? That would be nice.
Well, we are back in the car. So, I guess without further ado, here goes nothing. As you remember in the previous clips, I had that 82 Corvette, so I just mirrored image everything and put it back together just the way it was. Okay, I'm nervous. Well, of course I had every right to be nervous. Because once again, just as I expected, dang it. Now the car is cold, honestly, so that's why the temperature gauge ain't working just yet, but it's slowly climbing like it should. Clock's working, and the only two that I changed out was yet the two new resistors. So that kind of proves my theory of the colors are definitely important, obviously, but on top of that, they're pretty much unobtainium. So I guess it's back to the drawing board. It has come to realization that this car hates me. It hates anything I throw at it, and I don't know why. So sadly, I think that's going to be it for a while then, until we find those resistors. I challenge you to actually Google it yourself. They are practically impossible to find. I don't know where I'm going to find them at, or where anybody can find them. If anybody does, comment down below for sure, because I'm going to need help finding the ones that are needed. But I'll find out here in a minute, because I don't know if it's pink or green. Green I know is oil pressure, so that one I do need. And I think the other one's pink. I can't remember. Actually, blue and green. So if anybody knows where I can find a blue and green resistor for the dash panel, let me know. And on that sad, dismal disappointment, I'm going to leave everyone with it. We're going to have to find some resistors and go from there. Like always, like, subscribe, don't be afraid to throw a wrench at it, and we'll see you on the next one. I hate you.